Hey everyone, this is another attempt at a quick video just to explain one simple thing that we can use as part of a larger project to build a sheet. I don't have to keep re-explaining it, not because I don't enjoy doing it, it's more because I don't want to make videos 20 minutes long when they could be 10. So locking cells is really important. You probably already know about it, but if someone doesn't, I want them to be able to go see something that's real simple just to explain what it means and how to do it, and you can use it for any formula as well. So what I'm using here is VLOOKUP, which again is a simple formula that takes this form, and I looked at it in another video as well. It looks up certain values from a larger data set, in this case the FF statistics running back database, and it's telling me how many games a player played in a given year. So in this case, Todd Gurley played 15 games in 2017. But what I want to be able to do is double click and to do it for all those players, right? So why is it suddenly returning an error for all these other players? Well, that's because as I drag the cell, I'm also dragging the cells that I've told it to use. I've told it to use Todd Gurley's name and 2017 to look up the 13th cell, or the number of games in that data set from FS statistics, right? But after I drag it, because these cells aren't locked, instead of looking up Todd Gurley's name, it's now looking up the number 15, or actually our VLOOKUP formula, and 2016. Because the cells have slid the same way and the same number that I have slid the formula cell. So if I slide it down here, these cells are slid one over and the same number down, and so it doesn't know what I want it to return anymore. So the solution to this is locking cells, locking with quotation mark cells, and you do it by using the $sign, which is just above the number 4 if you've never looked for it. So which cells do I want it to lock? I want it to lock in on Todd Gurley, so I can lock it by putting $signs up before the A and before the 3 to lock in this cell, and I also want it to look at 2017 for every row. So I'll lock in B and I'll lock in 2, which is great because now when I drag it, it keeps looking up Todd Gurley in 2017, which obviously still isn't quite right. So I'm locking it, but I'm not locking it the right way. I want it to lock in on column A and row 2. I don't want it to just be these specific cells in this column and this row, right? Because otherwise it's looking up Todd Gurley's numbers for Leonard Fournette. So I want it to lock column A, so I don't need it to lock the row number when I drag it down, so I'll get rid of the $sign from there. And I don't want it to look up always 2017. I want it to slide to the right when it has to, when I slide the formula cell. So I'll take the $sign away from the B. So now when I slide it to the right, it keeps looking up column A and it keeps looking up row 2. So it's now looking up the right 2 cells to return the value 16 games in 2017. And it'll do that for all of them. And now, I have to verify my data set. FS statistics database is trustable, but always verify. And now that I know it's returning the right value, because it's always looking up the right name and the right number, I now know these error messages are a product of missing data from the data set and not something I've done wrong with my formula. Alright, so that's how to use a quick look at locking cells. And again, it's just using the $sign and making sure you put it in the right place. Another quick way of doing it is by, after you type in or select the cell or even the range of cells that you want it to look up, you press F4 and that'll put it around everything. And if you keep pressing F4, it will give you all the other options of where you can put the $signs. But the first time you press it, it'll just lock everything. And so that's a quick way of doing it. Alright, under 5 minutes. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. Thanks very much. Hope it proves useful for you, and I'll see you again next time.